again for a vlog a day. Today is Saturday the 10th. Today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning earlier than I wanted to by far. Got the dogs all taken care of, got that all wrapped up best I could, got them out, got them fed, got them all cared for. I got one old dog that can barely walk, so she has to be basically lifted as she goes everywhere. So you put a blanket or a towel underneath her and then basically carry her around, taking the weight off her back hips. Once she's outside the grass, she does decent, but she still doesn't do well. Then she'll try and play with their dogs and try to run, then she falls, and it makes me sad. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's adding a little just that, I don't know, sadness to my day that I don't really like having, but it is what it is. So and another dog getting dropped off this morning. They came to drop the dog off. It's just a day stay only. Dog's crazy hyper when it meets me and stuff, and when it meets the thing, and it'll play like hell with one dog, and then the moment a second dog tries to join in, so there's three of them playing, the dog gets like all scared and stuff, and like then comes and sits next to me on the patio again. Like, what the hell? Just like go out there, like go play, like you were having fun. The third dog came and joined you, and you're freaking out. So we don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. So we basically hung around the morning, got a bunch of play in and stuff. Nothing real major. I did end up going across the street, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, got that all wrapped up, got back to the house. My mother and wife headed up to the Christmas parade. They got everything all, got their spots, I guess, found, or you wanted to say. And it's supposed to start at 10 a.m., so I was like, oh, I'll head up there too. So went ahead, put the dogs away where they need to be in the house. Kind of had a couple of them I didn't want to, basically, they get a little too rambunctious. So I separated them out. Everything is fine. Everything's good, got it good to go. Headed up that way. I jumped on the motorcycle just because I could, coming in late, I didn't want to deal with the traffic and parking and all that fun stuff. So said to hell with it. And then from there, I basically got the dogs ready. I headed up, grabbed a spot right at the end of the street. Couldn't find my wife. I was like, well, shit, so I texted her, and so I found her. So they went down farther than normally they would do when they set the parade. They went down mid-block instead. So we hung out there waiting for the parade to start, and I got there a little bit earlier than I really needed to because I didn't realize how slow the parade goes, I guess. So was hanging around a little bit. Ended up one of, I guess it'd be Karen's son's old friends that he grew up with. She's got a young baby now and that. We were at their wedding and stuff. Real nice couple. She came over and said hi. We chatted a little bit for a minute, and then basically ended up seeing another one of the guys know from the Tom and Dan podcast group. We went over and chatted with him for a couple moments and stuff, and then watched the parade go by. They're throwing out candy, so they still allow them to throw out candy and stuff here. So I was able to throw candy out. Lots of kids running down the street, like almost getting hit by cars and stuff. It was craziness, but it is what it is. The parade, there's a couple people, like a couple groups that were just like really slow. So you have these giant, like 2-block long gaps in the parade, which I'm like, kind of, you guys have to see what's going on here, right? Like just pick it up, like kind of thing. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's one of those things where it always kind of needs to be a big gap. It's kind of strange, but it is, all good and fine. So parade got wrapped up. I jumped back on the bike. I headed home. My wife and mother decided to head over to like a craft show type place thing, whatever. There's a church that puts one on usually once a year. They do a big, like, I don't know, just people making wreaths and selling flowers and birdhouses and anything and pot holders, anything you can imagine. They do a big pumpkin sale every year. They do a Christmas tree sale, and they do a giant plant sale every year. So the church makes a little bit extra money for the church, and it brings community out and gives everybody a chance to go out and, enjoy the wares of other people. So they headed over yet. They had a good time with that one. They got back to the house. We all hung around for a little bit, and then kind of delayed my trip out to Beachside to go feed the cats because I had some other stuff I had planned on doing today. So I basically got the dogs as wore out as I possibly could, and then I was heading out to do the feed the cats. And then when I got done with that, I was going to basically hit a car show up. It's a car show's been going on for like 26 years here in Edgewater, New Smyrna. Well, I guess New Smyrna technically, I think it is. But there's a restaurant that complained that the once a month, the second Saturday of every month, there was somebody complained that their customers had to walk too far because the parking got full because of the car show. So they complained, and the city basically revoked their permits to close the road down. So after 26 years, one restaurant complains, and then hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people don't get to enjoy the fun that they get to see car shows and stuff and whatnot. So a bunch of people decided to turn out for that car show, for the last show, and I'd been by there as a pedestrian, I guess, never brought a vehicle into it, just went there and looked at stuff, mostly because I didn't feel like being around for hours upon hours, sitting out in the sun. There's no shade there or anything, so it kind of makes it a little harder to do when you're sitting out there all day. So went ahead and I was like, well, I'll take the Suburban over and I'll basically hit the car show up on the way back, so might as well hit the last one, kind of, you know, pay tribute to 26 years of car shows and whatnot. So headed over and I thought, well, it's gonna be dark before I get back and dinner and all this kind of stuff. So I got my run in real quick, got a run done real fast, grabbed a shower and headed over. And as I rolled through, over the South Causeway of the bridge, I could see there's already cars there and stuff. And it was about 3:30, 3:45, something like that. And it started at 4, it goes from 4 to 7. So I headed off to Beachside to feed the cats, got that done, headed back down, and could not figure out how to get into the car show. It was just like, the one guy I talked to was like, just go down one block, go up, and then turn back on the right there one block. I'm okay. So I went up that way, and every time I kept dead ends. So I just had it barricaded off. And finally I saw a guy, and I'm like, hey, how do I get in there to park? And he goes, you want to park it here? And I'm like, yeah, I want to park right here next to your car. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I'll move the barricade. So he just moved the barricade for me, and I pulled in back to the spot. And I was parked. It was good to go. Ran into a customer of mine who I believe he said that they were part of the original, like 4 people that started the car club way back when it started doing this show 26 years ago, whatever. So he was ironically walking by, or I was going to pull in, saw the Suburban, spotted it, came over, we chatted a little bit, we talked and stuff. He brought his car, but didn't actually get it into the show because 1, it was madhouse packed, and 2, he had to leave early to go pick up his kid at the airport in Orlando, so he didn't feel like trying to get in and trying to get back out again in the middle of the show. So got myself parked, and it was just a madhouse. Like, it was a cluster F on so many levels. I guess they were backed up. They started loading in at like 1 for the show. I guess it was crazy, people trying to get here early. Everybody decided to show out for this last showing, and it got out of hand, like just absolutely out of hand. So it was almost too much. Like, it was too many cars, too many people, and it wasn't as much fun as normally. You'd have a car show, a lot less people showing up, and have more time to chat and talk. It was just trying to walk around with cars. It was a madhouse. Everybody was bumping each other and stuff, and cars still trying to drive down through to find parking spots and that. So it was not the most pleasant night there was, but my wife did come out. She brought the car over after I got there. I said, I'm parked, head on over. She got there and she goes, it's a madhouse. So I told you, I warned you, because it's funny, I was going to have her drive the Suburban over. I was going to bring the vet over myself, but I didn't try and bring 2 cars. Would not have been worth it. But one guy said he was sitting on US 1 for over an hour waiting to turn into the street, into Canal Street, to actually get to the car show. And I got lucky. I came in from the opposite direction, came in from Beachside, so I was able to sneak right up in there, and it worked out real well for me. But she met me there. We walked around, looked at all the cars, basically talked to a few people, chatted and stuff, had a good time. And then it was probably 6:30, I don't know, probably a little before 6:30. It was, the show ended at 7, and I was like, I was going to take off. She was done, I was done. So she moved the barricade for me. She jumped in the Suburban. I ran over to where she parked on the other side of the, she actually had to park on the other side, the far side of US 1 even. So it was one of those things where I gave her a ride to her car. She decided to go hit Chipotle up for her bonus meal for the week. So she grabbed Chipotle. I said, I don't care, there's no beans. I don't want beans in it, whatever you get me. She got me some pulled pork, rice burrito thing that, I guess I assumed Chipotle being hot. Like, I don't know if there wasn't a pork in it or what, too much lettuce, I don't know. But by the time she got to me, the guacamole stuff, it was like, the whole thing was cold. Like, the pork was super cold, and I was not impressed. In any way, shape, or form, was not impressed with it at all. It's the first time in my life I've ever had Chipotle, and I really don't care if I ever go back to Chipotle, to be honest with you. Like, I'll probably try it again, because I know a lot of people brag about it, a lot of people talk about it. It's like some giant, people love the hell out of Chipotle. So I have to probably try it again, but maybe I'll do like a taco bowl or a burrito bowl or something instead next time, because the burrito itself is kind of hard to eat. It's so much stuff that you can't eat like a regular burrito. You can't hold it like a taco type thing. So I ended up just putting it on my plate and eating it with a fork, but it is what it is. So from there, got done with that, headed outside, played the dogs again and stuff, had myself a cigar. I was not even halfway through my cigar, and I couldn't keep my damn eyes open. Like, I legitimately at one point, I put my cigar down, like, just try to close my eyes and take a nap. Just like, I'm just gonna rest here a little bit. Like, it's super early and I could not stay awake at all. So I was like, I'll just take a little quick nap here and I'll be good to go. And the dogs kept bumping me and annoying me and stuff, so I couldn't get any sleep. So I said, I was out there as long as I could. Finally gave up, headed inside, had myself a slice of apple pie, got the dogs all settled in. We got the dogs where they wanted to sleep for the night and whatnot, and ate my pie, and then basically watched a little bit of Netflix with my wife and crashed out and called it an evening. And I was exhausted. I have no idea what caused my energy level to drop, but I couldn't stay awake. I almost felt like I was like getting sick kind of thing. I don't know what it was, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.